Hello everybody, Artifact Talk here, and I'm talking some things about the game today. In case of you guys were asking for my locals record, I got 4th place. I managed to maintain my top 4 spot with Cosmo, but it's very irritating and very annoying what I have to do in order to be able to maintain my top spots. Game 1 was an L for me. True Draco Demise, I lost the first one. Second game, I went against Zoo. I managed to beat that because I opened Full Force Virus going the first game. And then second game, he made me go second. I had Raigeki and Dark Hole in my hand. I played Raigeki first. He did the My Bio User Shield on that. And then I did the Dark Hole and he didn't have the second answer. And then I brought out Double Dark Lady on him. Because Dark Lady is fucking bonkers against the deck, and I had a Savage 2-0 victory against it. And then the next round I went against True King Dinos. I lost the first one, I won the other two. And then after that, I played against a Pendulum Magician player. I won the first one, lost the second one, then I won the third one. And then we were a top 8 cut. For the top 8 point, I was going against. Was it True Draco Invoke? No, it was Invoked Windwitch without the Draco engine. Someone was trying to pilot Invokes without the Draco engine, and I managed to 2-0 him. And then I go into the top 4 cut against True Draco Windwitch, Invoked Windwitch Draco player. And then I could have done something, but I ended up bricking both times. With triple Owler in my hand with no darks whatsoever. And then the next hand I had 2 ships and 3 trap cards, but no pilots. Therefore I couldn't do anything. And yeah, that means I got 2-0'd at that point, and I was basically out at that point. But I still managed to maintain my top 4 status, which is good enough for me. To be honest, I'm usually a top 4 player. Anyways. But now for the real topic of the video today. I want to talk about why I play Yu-Gi-Oh, but I hate the game. I truly hate the game of Yu-Gi-Oh. And that may be confusing, right? A lot of players are going to get confused by this. And they'll be like, wait, what? That doesn't make any sense. And I want to bring to you this concept of you liking only a certain part of something and not the entire majority of it. I continue playing the game because I like rogue decks. I like fun decks. I like decks that could be competitive but can remain fun and respectable at the same time. Those are the type of decks I enjoy. I hate the game as a whole. I hate the meta. I hate Konami. I hate the meta players. I hate them all. I want them to die. I don't want them in my life anymore. I hate them. I hate it. And that's the sad and simple truth and reality of the game. And I'm going to bring this up again. The best format in the history of the game was Monarch format. Because you were able to buy 3 structure decks, build a competitive deck, and chances are go XO undefeated at your locals. AKA first place. You were able to do that back in Monarch format. That was the best time around because, remember, just because Monarchs were arguably the best deck at that point, and that they were the cheapest out of all the meta decks, ironically, doesn't mean that Cosmo, Phantom Knights, and Burning Abyss didn't see lots of attention. Pendulums were still being brought out. That was the best format ever because it was a format for both poor players and more money-wise Yu-Gi-Oh players. Now we're in a format where if you don't have a lot of money, you're probably going to get scrubbed out after round 3. Unless if you're like a really skillful rogue player and you know what the fuck you're doing. If you don't know what the fuck you're doing, you're going to get scrubbed out after round 3. And if you're lucky enough to get the buy-in after round 1, good for you. But you're probably going to get scrubbed out anyway. And getting the buy is basically the judge saying, I feel bad for you. take it, you get a free win without having to do anything. Which is them basically throwing in your face that you're never going to win without help. So yeah, now to explain my explanation about why I play the game, but I hate the game. Again, rogue decks, casual decks that are competitive. That's why I enjoy the game. That's the reason I continue playing the game. If those decks did not exist, I would have been long gone from this garbage excuse of a game. Konami is the main reason, as you see here, that the game is ruined. And Link Summoning failed! It failed! It failed! It did nothing! Link Summoning is not going to do shit to help this game. Link Summoning is probably going to make the game worse than what Pendulums in their prime did. I can see there's already a Link deck, and it's called Spiral, that can plus more than full power Perform Ancient Pals. It can plus harder than that. The deck can plus 19. It can plus 22. It can plus 25. It can plus all these goddamn times. Look up Yu-Gi-Oh! Tube. He has videos of plus 19s with Spiral Yang Zings combined together. That's more pluses than what Perform Ancient Pals at full power, Tier 0 Pepe were ever able to do. Link Summoning is going to make the game worse. If you choose to be in denial, you're mentally retarded and you're refusing to accept the facts for what they are. And that's the simple truth of the matter. Link Summoning is not going to make the game better. You need to get that mindset out of your head and realize that Link Summoning is about to make this game even more trashier than what it is before. As long as rogue decks can be a possible viable option in the game, I'll continue playing. But the moment I see that my favorite rogue decks, being the majority of my top 10 favorites, can't really do anything anymore, I'm throwing my cards down the table and I'm walking away from this game. Like literally, even though I managed the top 4 yesterday, it was such a stressful process to get there that I feel that it would have been more worth my time just staying home doing homework yesterday. Yes, it would have. I could say that it was a complete waste of my time, even attending locals, even though I managed the top 4. Waste of my time. Because this format's retarded. Excuse my sneezing there. But anyways, sorry guys. But yeah, man, that's basically how I feel about. And like, I tell this concept to people, and people are like, "Why you play the game then?" And I explain this concept to people, but people still don't refuse to have the mental capacity to understand. You see, it's about being able to think. If you can't think for yourself, and if you're not smart, you're probably not going to understand this concept of playing the game, but hating the game at the same time. Your mental capacity is too low to understand this idea. If you're not to understand a lot of things, if you can't understand this. But yeah, this is basically my opinion of the game now. I say that I'm gonna go probably one more time to like locals. I'm gonna go one more time to my locals, and I say that if I don't see things improving for my record, like being able to make top 2, like if I don't see myself bouncing from top 4 to top 2, it's probably gonna be my last time going there until the format is over, until the ban list comes, which could be for a year for all we know. If the ban list takes 8 months, then I'll go back in 8 months. If the ban list takes 2 months, I'll go back in 2 months. If the ban list takes 5 years, I'll be back in 5 years. I refuse to put my cards down on the table and play in the format we're in right now. I refuse. I don't want to do it. Because it's usually going to be the same result every time. 3rd or 4th place. Nothing different. No speculation. You know who's going to win. You know who's going to lose. Nothing you fucking play that's not meta, more likely than not, is not going to have a chance. No matter how hard you try. No matter how many hours you spend trying to find spicy text to tech it against a meta, it's not gonna work. Because True Draco is a bitch. And that's right. Anybody that would defend that deck, fuck off, unsubscribe from my channel because I don't want to deal with you. Anyone to defend that Dynamite Fighter bullshit. Oh, and fuck the Dino players too. Fuck them. Fuck the Dino True King Yanzing players. Well, not True King Yanzing, True King Yanzing Dino. Let me phrase that in another way. True King Dino Yanzing. Because the True King Yanzing deck, I don't have a problem with that. That's 3Stack's idea. He's cool. His decks are cool. But, again, True King Dino Yanzing, I hate that shit. And I hate dinos in general. I want that shit to go. Give it that shit on the list. Give it the OCG treatment. And Zoo, that shit has to get slaughtered on the ban list. If we even want a fair meta game. I'm sorry for you Zoo fans, but your deck's gotta go. Bye-bye. 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 Limit the Dragon Buster. Limit Terraforming. Semi-limit Demise if you... Like, not even semi-limit Demise. Leave it at 3. Let me see. Limit Spellbook of Secrets. Semi-limit Ice Bell. Like you did. Like, hit the deck the same exact way you did in the OCG. If not better. We need better than what the OCG got in order for our better game to improve. And I believe that our regional attendance numbers are starting to show how much people give a shit about the game. When you know that people are not attending regionals, because regionals are more popular than YCSs in some cases. Because they're not as big. They're like mini YCSs. Their attendance numbers are going down. You want to know why? Because those people are smart. They don't want to do it anymore. They don't want to deal with this format anymore. They don't want to deal with this bullshit anymore. They said, fuck the game. I'm out until I get a ban list. See, they're thinking quick. They're thinking smart. They're thinking on their feet. They're thinking on their toes. They don't want to deal with this bullshit anymore. They want this game to be fair again. This game hasn't been fair in 3 years. Ever since Pendulums first came to the game, that's when the game got ruined. When Pendulums came out. Now we're stuck with one card overlay and a deck that can bring out a monster arguably more powerful than Apocalypse Towers. And that's what... And a monster that becomes and a series of monsters that become instant +1s every time you try to play Yu-Gi-Oh! And you fail to stop them. That's why I hate Dynamite Fighter. He's an instant +1 every time you try to play the fucking game. And every turn that you go by and you fail to stop him, he's gonna become a +1, +1, +1, +1, +1. Like, what the fuck? Where the fuck you get all this advantage from? I work so hard to take out your board and I can't get as many pluses as you, and you just plus your way out of the victory? Like, what the fuck? Get the fuck out of my face. Get the fuck out of my face, man. That shit's not fair. Fucking +1, +1, +1, +1. That shit doesn't need diagram. They just need Dynamite Fighter. +1, +1, +1, +1. War for Dragon Souls. Search freaking Masterpiece. Tribute. Summon Masterpiece. GG. That's all they need. They don't need diagram. They could ban diagram and not hit anything else on the deck, and the deck will still be tier 1. Fucking hate Dynamite Fighter, yo. Shit's gotta get banned or limited like they did in the OCG. And to all y'all that disagreed with me, told you that shit was gonna get hit. Shit's too good, had to go. Had to go. Ignis here, I believe, may have to get hit too, because he may be a little too good with being able to get Heritage as well. And I'm done. I'm done with my rant. And another thing, guys, don't expect to stream in 2 weeks, because after my experience from last time, I don't really feel in the mood to stream anymore. So let me take 2 weeks off, so I can try to get my interest back. Have a good day, guys. Stay safe. Peace.